Not all success memories have satisfied endings. Particularly in Hollywood, some of the brightest stars upward push from humble beginnings with inspiring rags-to-riches memories, handiest to lose their way later. Whether it's due to struggles with addiction, intellectual fitness challenges, or terrible financial choices, a few famous celebrities have shockingly ended up homeless. While some manipulate to show their lives around and make a comeback, others face tragic endings. Watch until the quit to find out which celebrities misplaced the entirety and became homeless. Margot Kidder. In the Christopher Reeve Superman films, Margot Kidder was a Hollywood megastar, playing the famous individual Lois Lane. Her fame extended to her relationships, as she even dated icons like Richard Pryor and the Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. So consider the surprise of many when she changed into located wandering the streets and manic despair. She slept in cardboard packing containers in backyards in Los Angeles. Many spotted her looking more than disheveled. Her front teeth had been lacking and her hair had become hacked off. This homeless section befell after a manic episode in 1996, and she or he was subsequently found via her circle of relatives and the police, living out of a box in the back of trees in Glendale, California. While living on the streets, she asked extraordinary people for a cigarette. Some people additionally put her up at a motel for the night. Eventually, she became taken to a personal psychiatric sanatorium and commenced to simply accept remedy. She additionally became an advocate for intellectual health support and as soon as said, "We are all a breath away from intellectual contamination, homelessness, all these items we tend to look down on." Erin Moran. Moran had become a well-known call throughout many families. While she turned into 14. The child actor changed into recognized for her role as Joni Cunningham on Happy Days. However, inside the later days of her existence, she ended up broken, homeless, after spending all her wealth irresponsibly. It becomes stated that she had squandered away all her money and had foreclosed on her California home in 2010 until eventually she and her husband needed to live along with his elderly mother in a trailer in Indiana, but this failed to closing lengthy as one night she got here domestic from a night of ingesting and ended up fighting along with her mother-in-law, who in the end kicked her out of the Indiana trailer park. Domestic. After this, she changed into on the verge of isolating from her husband and bounced from inn to motel with no vicinity to live. After being kicked out, she was spotted searching worse for wear near an inn. Eventually, she exceeded away whilst broke and homeless because of a heroin overdose. Dana Plato. Another child actor who had a turbulent existence was Dana Plato, the sitcom star Different Strokes. After the show ended, she struggled with homelessness, and it wasn't long till she surpassed far away from a drug overdose. Plato became just 14 when she appeared on the hit sitcom, but behind the scenes, she changed into already the use of pills. By the end of the sitcom, she fell on tough times and became concerned in exclusive scandals at the same time as suffering with drug and alcohol abuse. She had prison problems like forging a prescription in 1992, and the year before that, robbing a video store. Eventually, she ended up serving time in jail and changed into located in drug rehabilitation programs. In 1999, Plato became discovered residing out of Oklahoma hotels as she became homeless. She claimed that she changed into clean and sober, but a few weeks after that, she turned into located dead from a drug overdose. Her dying turned into, in the end, dominated a suicide. On the day earlier than she exceeded away homeless, she appeared on The Howard Stern Show, admitting to being an alcoholic and drug addict. She claimed she changed into sober, however many callers insulted and puzzled her, which would possibly have driven her over the threshold. Lanny Wilson. Lanny Wilson turned into famous for her modeling profession and quickly completed achievement. But now she's a homeless person residing in Venice Beach because of various factors like her drug dependency and intellectual health issues. Wilson had completed repute as a fitness model and turned into often featured in magazines. She subsequently located herself on the top of her profession while she married Jeremy Jackson. the Baywatch megastar. But her meth dependency and mental health issues dispatched her down a route of homelessness. She changed into acknowledge for blaming her modern-day problems on her ex-husband Jackson, revealing that they'd a completely violent relationship in which one time Jackson attempted to strangle her. She additionally claims that she cannot live inside anywhere because she can't be exposed to electricity. She had been electrocuted every day for almost a year. She said, "I suppose because I choose up on the energy, I additionally pick up on different things like certain chemical compounds, or batteries, or fuses, like cord, distinct styles of metals. So I assume my frame filters that form of stuff." There's no telling whether or not this is the truth or absolutely an excuse for the meth dependency that sent her on a downward spiral. MC Hammer. MC Hammer was a hip-hop famous person who went from 3 Grammy Awards to being homeless. The rapper ruled the 90s with his catchy hip-hop and dance songs and emblems like parachute elements, dance actions just like the typewriter, and saying "Hammer Time." He was anywhere, even in the cool animated film collection Hammerman. As the cash stored coming, MC Hammer stored spending. With a 400,000 square foot mansion, which he helicopters, a jet, and racehorses. Soon after, however, music trends modified, and he have become much less famous. Despite losing cash, he maintained his huge house and other luxurious objects and paid over 200 people to work for him. Ultimately, he needed to promote all his property and ended up with $13 million in debt. He also owed over $800,000 in taxes. Eventually, he recovered, shifting to a modest house organizing concert events and saving and making an investment money. Jan Michael Vincent. Jan Michael Vincent went from Hollywood's heartthrob to homeless due to his dependency, violent conduct, and dumb bad success. He was recognized for his role in the popular TV collection Airwolf. With his seashore geared-up body and all-American appears, he remained famous, but no longer for long. Soon he began to address alcoholism and drug use, which took place for the rest of his lifestyles. In 1977, 1979, he changed into arrested for cocaine possession. He turned into also arrested for bar brawls in 1984 and 1985. He became additionally arrested for legal assault, inebriated using, and bodily attacks. Vincent ended up in one-of-a-kind vehicle accidents, a number of which had been because of his dependency of inebriated driving, breaking a lot of his bones. Eventually, his proper leg became amputated, and he walked with a prosthetic limb or used a wheelchair. His substance abuse and fitness troubles brought about homelessness. Eventually, he lived in seclusion in rural Mississippi and North Carolina before passing away via the age of 74. Leif Garrett. Leif Garrett turned into widely called a well-known youngster idol. However, he descended into difficult drugs and sooner or later, homelessness. When he changed into 14, he commenced the usage of pills. Just earlier than his 18th birthday, he crashed his mom's Porsche whilst going to shop for cocaine. He was caught with a blood alcohol level 3 times over the felony limit, and it left his friend a paraplegic. This becomes simply considered one of his many troubles with hard pills and alcohol. Garrett additionally declared personal financial ruin in 2001, as his best possessions have been his garments, household items, and $350 in coins. His only source of profits turned into $1,000 from his mother monthly, and he did not actually have a house to live in. The former teen idol were dispatched to jail extra then, as soon as for using capsules, and additionally sent to rehab facilities. His state of affairs as a homeless celeb got here to mile while Sharon Osbourne stated, "Leif Garrett is living underneath a bridge and he is saving a place for you, Justin Bieber." Mindy McCready. Mindy McCready is a well-known U.A. tune celebrity who observed her lifestyles going downhill She'd become well known, but now she has misplaced the whole thing and ended up committing suicide at the age of 37. The troubled singer was a mother of two and ended up going to a court docket-ordered rehab middle because she struggled with dependency. Her boyfriend became determined useless of a gunshot wound to the top, and a month later she passed away within the area place with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. It looks like what pushed her over the brink turned into finding out that her kids might be sent to stay along with her lengthy estranged mother. The police were met with a stunning scene as she had additionally shot her canine before taking her personal life. Throughout her life, she treated dependency, mental contamination, and private demons, in the long run breaking up her own family and leading to her end. David Cassidy. The former childhood celebrity, David Cassidy, ended up addicted to alcohol and drugs, ultimately becoming homeless in a surprising turn of occasions. His personal existence had always been complicated with a couple of marriages, kids from relationships, and struggles with dependency. His battles had become well known while he became arrested for a DUI in 2010. By 2013 and 2014, he became further arrested for drunk driving, revealing that the previous teenager heartthrob changed into struggling with drug and alcohol addiction. He publicly admitted to being an alcoholic. The Partridge Family superstar in the end became homeless by way of the quit of the display. Over the years, he changed into arrested for buying narcotics and picking up prostitutes, and he had a completely chaotic, non-public lifestyles through the years. Sugar Ray Williams. Falling from a top is constrained to actors, musicians, and sports stars.